Hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com, and today we're going to focus on vintage kids' rooms. Now I love this topic. In fact, I want to do more videos on this topic and focus on nurseries and then on like teen rooms and boy rooms and girl rooms and school rooms and playrooms. But today I'm just gonna kind of do an overview of probably some of the best things to get you started in the direction of designing a children's space. The reason I love children's rooms is because anything goes. So it doesn't really matter what the rest of the house looks like and how it's all flowing together. In the kid zone, you can do anything. And you can try colors that you've never tried before and themes you've never tried before. And you can just have so much fun, and you create this little world that's all their own. And so from a design perspective, it's a blast because you just can throw a party in there and it doesn't matter that it conflicts with the rest of the house. You can use colors and combinations of colors. You can use patterns, tons of patterns that are just crazy fun. You can build little hideaways and little canopies and tents, and I love this little armoire that my friend turned into with a Narnia reading nook with Aslan there for her daughter. So you can have themes like railroad or princess or beach and surfing. This is a space where you can add a huge mural on the wall with massive flowers. You could do big patterns on furniture, wallpaper, everything, and all these whimsical little patterns. So I love this hot air balloon pattern, or you can do something a little bit more woodland and bring in rabbits and birds. So I love this unique design project whenever I get to do these spaces. I'm gonna just touch on 3 key things today to kind of get you started in this direction if you are working on your own space for your child or grandchild. Number 1, lighting should not be easily touched. So it's kind of enough fun for them just to have the light switch. That's like enough power for them. So I try not to do table lamps and no floor lamps in a child's room. So that leaves us chandeliers, and I love this one, so cute. You're never gonna guess where this one's from. It is from IKEA. I just love the little circus tent look. Then instead of table lamps on nightstands, I like to use wall sconces. Just less for them to knock over and get in their way and for them to like decorate on and stuff. So wall sconces are great over beds or like window seats and little reading nooks, and try to have the cord hardwired into the wall. Okay, number 2, I suggest being really selective when you allow toys into the house. And I have 4 children, and so having their toys be not an eyesore is something I would strive for all along. So anything that's vintage makes it in. Wood, cloth, metal, I love those types. I try not to do bright colors and I try not to do plastic. So a good wooden dollhouse, of course, makes the cut. If the books are cute, you can display them up on the wall. Just think of their toys as, yes, fun / decoration. So I try to steer that as well as I can when I'm decorating a child's space. You can find little vintage doll buggies and scooters, and then they double as decorations. So I love this room where she has everything kind of styled up on the shelf, and there's some cute toys tucked in. And then for pieces that you don't want the kids to touch as much, at least, I suggest putting them very high up on a shelf. So this is my friend Andrea's, her boy's bedroom, and she has some decorations up above. She also could put some toys up there. I know when they finish their Lego projects, they like to tuck them up on that shelf to protect them, but it's also a way for her to keep the room pretty and less temptation for the kids. So last but not least, if there are things that you don't want sitting out, like brightly colored plastic items, I suggest using containers for those. This is a cute little footstool in the same bedroom I just showed you, but it's a footstool that doubles as a storage container for Legos. Okay, number 3, it's very important to have a good statement piece for the bed. So there's really 4 that I love to use in children's rooms. Number 1 is gonna be the classic wrought iron bed, and you can paint it a wonderful color, any color really, but wrought iron beds look fantastic in kids' rooms, especially if you have 2 twin ones side by side. And the second look I really like are the Jenny Lind style beds. So these are popular. I hear my mother-in-law talk about Jenny Lind cribs and changing tables. So, and my husband's almost 50, so that tells you like when they were cool, but I think they're still cool. So it's the beds that have like kind of the knobby look all along the frame. Those are called Jenny Lind beds. I love those side by side, and they really work for a boy or a girl style. And then thirdly, I suggest finding a true antique bed. So something that's very European looking. Like I love this raw wood bed. It's just fantastic. Maybe it's just one of a kind. Like where would you even be able to buy something like this if it, if it was not old? Again, more wood beds. And then lastly is when you start getting into like true built-in beds that require some type of like custom construction. So this is a really great solution in this really skinny bedroom. They got these 2 built-in bunk beds. It looks fantastic with that gold rod and the ladder. And then I love this one that's also built in, and it has the actual wooden stairs going up. That is very cute with that architectural element. This they really packed in. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds in this space. Very creative. This is an Airbnb. And another bunk bed. And then if you're really an overachiever, like my friend Holly from our faux farmhouse, they built a little house around their bunk bed. So that's super cute. Little shingled roof. Or you could do something simpler that just kind of frames out a little house around the bed. So those are 4 really solid ideas for how to bring in a lot of character and an amazing focal point in a kid's room. And last but not least, I'm just gonna tack on a little tip about bedding. Have a lot of fun with the bedding too. So if you're looking for vintage bedding like chenilles or florals, I would check Etsy. Zazzle.com is a good site if you want to get some patterns that are just really hard to find because you can really customize everything. Ticking is a very vintage go-to for bedding with kids. And then I don't like to use a top sheet with kids because I feel like it just is twice as hard for them to learn how to make their bed if they're dealing with a top sheet. So I just skip them for a long time with kids. And there's a website called Bed Threads out of Australia, and the colors are absolutely gorgeous, and you get to mix and match. And so I love that in kids' rooms. So you can get, you can buy just one fitted sheet, and that's it in a certain color, or you can get, one color pillowcase and another color pillowcase, and then the fitted sheet is different from the top sheet, and you can just customize your whole set. So that's a really unique website that you can check out. And pom-poms are always a win in my book with kids' rooms. These are my favorite pom-pom pillows. It's like 2 for like 15 bucks off of Amazon. I love these pillows. I just keep buying them. My followers just keep buying them. They're kind of one of my favorite things off Amazon. Okay, so that's it. That should get you started, get your wheels turning for your kids' spaces that you might be working on. And if you want to hear more about kids' spaces, let me know in the comments below. I would love to talk more about it. I could talk on and on and on about this topic. And if you are wanting direct one-on-one consultation with a current room that you're working on, I have just opened last week what I'm calling Power Hours, and I get to do a Zoom call with you, and we get to totally focus on your space, and we can get a tremendous amount of work done in 1 hour. So I'm gonna give you the link for my Power Hours below, and hopefully I get to work on your space soon. All right, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that I can send you more videos on how to make interior design easy. All right, take care. I'll see you next week.